I'm gonna tell you something. It is so hot. I haven't played a bit, right? Just following the team all over the place. I've been focusing, filming close to the defense system. I'm pretty beat up, to tell you the truth. I'm here in the shade, just waiting like for a little bit, just 10 minutes, just to breathe a little. It's so freaking hot. The third one, we had the lead, 1-0, but in the end, we tied the game. We ended up tying. The opponent got the equalizer close to the end of the game, which is fine. It just drove us straight to the finals. And just like 10 or 15 minutes, they're already on the field warming up, if you can say that. So let's see what happens. The girls have been working very hard. Practices have been very intense, the way it should always be. Coach Shaun is doing a wonderful job with the girls. He's teaching, everything he can. He's a very committed coach, and he's doing a really good job. So the improvement is clear. As a team, it's clear. And individually too, you see a whole bunch of players stepping up, improving their game. And this is what it is, right? Player development is exactly this. So maybe I'm speaking to parents right now. If you're part of a team that your child does not improve, there's a real problem going on in that team. So it's something that you really have to pay attention, because by the end of the year, your player needs to be playing at a higher level. It doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't matter if you're going to win the championship or how many championships you're going to win, if you're going to win the season. In the end, if you think about it, it really doesn't matter, because what matters is getting better. Because if you don't get better when you're young, if your player doesn't get better when they are young, nothing's going to happen. It's just a false illusion. Paying a lot of money. Yes, I'm in the best club. I mean, the best club, if there is such a thing. When you talk about U divisions, you are actually talking about coaches. And don't give me that thing that, oh no, they follow this school or follow that school. Because you can follow whatever school you want, but if you're a bad coach, there's no remedy for that. It really doesn't have any kind of, what are you going to do? Right? I understand that parents and players can't really tell when the coach is good or when the coach is bad. But in the end of the season, you might like the coach, you might not like the coach, but in the end, what matters is, did your child really improve? That's the key question that you gotta ask yourself. You may love your coach as a person, but maybe the coach is not the coach you're looking for, because maybe he's a very nice guy or she's super nice as a person. But you got to remember one thing. In the US, it's a pay-to-play system. And this system generates a whole bunch of false illusions. Because people, they say, oh, my daughter or my son, he plays for the biggest club in the region. He plays to the NPL, ECNL. In the end, it's crap. This kind of approach is so misleading, right? Because soccer in the US, it's aimed towards college. And this is a big problem for the development of players in the country, because you pay, you play. What? Yes, it's exactly that. You pay, you play. Because you're not going to keep paying if your child is not going to be playing, right? So clubs want to make money. They don't make money, they don't exist. So that's why sometimes you have like NPL teams. You say, whoa, this is a traveling team, amazing, right? Wrong. Most of them do not have what the NPL level is. They just don't. Some of those teams are like recreational teams that somebody said, no, you're going to play NPL because you're going to develop. You're not going to develop anything. The parents are taking the money and throwing it in the trash because their children are not going to improve anything. So sometimes you just like, you talk to people, talk to parents, and I hear, oh, my daughter improved so much. And I said, really? She improved that much? I want to see her play. When are you playing? And then I stop and I watch the player, and the player actually, like 1 year or 2 years later, the player is playing worse than he used to play. I was like, it's like a false illusion that parents get that I don't understand where it comes from. I know it has to do a lot with the lack of knowledge of what the sport really is and what it takes for you to play at a higher level. And parents get fooled so easily when they realize they spent like fortunes through like countless useless soccer seasons. They just go, oh yeah, no, she's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. Of course not. Of course not. Because this is the system that it's, in my opinion, is a losing model because it should be the other way around, right? When you reach like a club level, you need to deserve to be there. You gotta deserve to be there. You can't just pay, I'm gonna pay and then I'm gonna play. Really. And where does this mess always show? The top of the soccer pyramid. You cannot escape this. It just doesn't work that way. You have poor U divisions, you have poor national teams. So I understand that the business aspect of it, but when you work with U divisions, you first need to develop players, and then the club who developed that player should be compensated in the future when they sell the player, when the player signs the first contract or whatever it is. But here in the US, there's a huge distortion. There's a huge misconcept. There's a huge everything. It doesn't make sense to me. Some of the things are just incredible. We have amazing soccer complexes all over the state here in Florida. Gorgeous places like the new Hillsborough County soccer complex. This complex here, Championsgate in Davenport, Florida, is amazing. But I've been all over the place, right, in the past 4 years, getting to know every single soccer complex, and I'm in shock. Brazil doesn't have that. But in the end, even though you have the infrastructure, you don't have the basics to really form good players, which is a different system where the main focus is player development. So I don't know where this is always going to lead us. We're going to have a World Cup. Thank God, at least one of the World Cups we're going to be able to play because we're going to be the host, one of the hosts, right? And so for sure that one we're going to play, but there's one before. Are we going to qualify for that one? I hope so, because oh my God, that generation that did not qualify for the last World Cup, those guys are basically done. You can get 90% of those players and just say goodbye and start from scratch, because you cannot recover from such a disaster. It's like burning an entire generation. For that team, maybe you're going to save like 3 or 4 players, but the rest is really goodbye.